Welcome to the story of Snoop Dogg, a world-famous rapper, singer, actor, and businessman. His real name is Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., but most people know him as Snoop Dogg. He was born in Long Beach, California, in the United States, in 1971. He grew up in a small house with his mother and two brothers. Life was not easy for Snoop. His family did not have a lot of money, and the neighborhood was dangerous. But Snoop had a big dream, and he never gave up. Snoop Dogg started singing and rapping when he was a teenager. He loved music and spent many hours writing his own songs. At first, he made music with his friends. They used simple tools and recorded in garages. One day, his music reached the ears of Dr. Dre, a famous rapper and producer. Dr. Dre liked Snoop's voice and style. He asked Snoop to work with him. This was the start of a big change in Snoop Dogg's life. In 1993, Snoop Dogg released his first album called Doggy Style. It was a big hit all over the world. Many people loved his songs and his smooth voice. The album went to #1 on the music charts. Snoop became a star almost overnight. He showed the world that a boy from a poor neighborhood could become one of the most successful artists in music. But Snoop Dogg's journey was not always easy. He had many problems in his life. Sometimes, he made mistakes. But he learned from them and tried to be better. He worked hard to stay focused on his music, his family, and his goals. Snoop also became a role model for young people. He showed that success comes from believing in yourself, working hard, and staying true to who you are. Over the years, Snoop Dogg did more than just music. He acted in movies, started his own businesses, and helped people in need. He gave back to his community and helped children with education and sports. Snoop Dogg also became a family man. He is proud of his children and talks about the importance of being a good parent. Today, Snoop Dogg is more than just a rapper. He is a symbol of strength, growth, and success. He teaches us that no matter where you come from, you can reach your dreams if you keep trying. His life story is not just about music. It is about hope, change, and never giving up. This video will take you through the journey of Snoop Dogg's life, from a young boy in Long Beach to an international icon. Get ready to learn, be inspired, and enjoy the amazing story of Snoop Dogg. Chapter 1: Long Beach Roots. Snoop Dogg was born on October 20, 1971, in Long Beach, California. His real name is Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr. He got the name Snoop from his mother. She said he looked like Snoopy, the dog from the cartoon Peanuts. The name stayed with him, and later, it became part of his famous name, Snoop Dogg. Long Beach is a city near Los Angeles. It is a big city, but many parts of it are not safe. There are gangs, drugs, and crime. Snoop Dogg grew up in a tough neighborhood. Life was not easy for him and his family. His father left the family when Snoop was very young. His mother raised him and his two brothers alone. She worked hard to take care of them. As a child, Snoop Dogg loved music. He started singing at church when he was very young. He also learned to play the piano. Even as a boy, he had a special voice. People around him noticed his talent. But outside of church, life was different. On the streets, Snoop saw violence and danger. It was hard to stay away from trouble. When Snoop was a teenager, he sometimes got into problems. He joined a local gang and was arrested a few times. But during this time, he also found a love for rapping. He began to rap with his friends at school and in the neighborhood. They used old tape recorders and simple beats to make music. Snoop wrote his own lyrics and practiced every day. He knew he wanted to be a rapper. Even though there was trouble around him, Snoop tried to focus on music. He believed it could be his way out of the streets. His style of rap was cool, smooth, and different. His voice was deep and easy to recognize. People started to listen to his music and liked it a lot. Long Beach played a big part in shaping Snoop Dogg. It taught him about struggle, family, and survival. It also gave him stories to tell in his songs. Many of his early raps talked about life in Long Beach, the good times, the hard times, and the people. His hometown became a big part of his music and identity. Snoop never forgot where he came from. Even after becoming famous, he often spoke about Long Beach. He gave back to the community and helped young people there. He wanted to show that even from a tough place, someone can grow, succeed, and give hope to others. This chapter tells the beginning of Snoop Dogg's journey, a boy from Long Beach with big dreams. It shows how his early life helped him become the artist and man he is today. His roots made him strong, and his story continues to inspire many people around the world. Chapter 2. The Rise of Snoop Doggy Dogg. After growing up in Long Beach, Snoop Dogg started to take music more seriously. He worked hard with his friends to record songs. They called their group 213, which is the area code for Long Beach. Snoop's voice was special. It was deep, smooth, and easy to remember. Many people liked his flow and the way he told stories in his raps. One day, Snoop recorded a song with his friend Warren G., who was the stepbrother of a famous music producer named Dr. Dre. Warren G. gave Snoop's tape to Dr. Dre. When Dr. Dre listened to Snoop's voice, he was impressed. He had never heard anything like it before. He called Snoop and asked him to come to the studio. Snoop Dogg started working with Dr. Dre in 1992. He rapped on Dre's first solo album called The Chronic. The songs Nothin' But a G-Tang and Dre Day became very popular. Snoop's style and voice stood out. Many fans began to ask, who is this new rapper? Snoop was becoming a star. Because of the success on The Chronic, Snoop got a chance to make his own album. In 1993, he released his first solo album called Doggy Style. It was a big success. The album went straight to #1 on the music charts. Songs like Gin and Juice and Who Am I, What's My Name became hits. People loved the beats, the lyrics, and Snoop's cool, relaxed style. At this time, he used the name Snoop Doggy Dogg. He became one of the most famous rappers in the world. He appeared on TV shows, in magazines, and performed in big concerts. His music was played everywhere. He showed that a young man from the streets of Long Beach could become a global superstar. But success also brought problems. Snoop was in the news a lot, not just for his music. He faced legal trouble and had to go to court. Even with the problems, he stayed focused on his music. He wanted to grow as an artist and show people what he could do. The rise of Snoop Doggy Dogg was fast and powerful. In just a few years, he went from making songs in a garage to working with the best producers in the world. He became the face of West Coast rap and helped change the music industry. Snoop's early success showed young people everywhere that dreams can come true. He didn't let hard times stop him. He believed in his talent, worked hard, and used every chance he got. His rise to fame was just the beginning of a long, successful career in music and more. This chapter tells how Snoop Doggy Dogg became a star. It is a story of talent, timing, and never giving up. From his first songs to his first big album, this was the moment the world met Snoop Dogg. Chapter 3. Death Row Days and Doggy Style Era. In the early 1990s, Snoop Doggy Dogg joined a music label called Death Row Records. This label was started by Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. Death Row became one of the most powerful rap labels in the world. It had big stars like Dr. Dre, Tupac Shakur, and later, Snoop Dogg. This was a big step in Snoop's career. Working with Death Row Records, Snoop had a strong team behind him. Dr. Dre was his main producer and guide. Together, they created a new sound for West Coast rap: smooth, slow beats with deep bass. Snoop's cool voice and chill flow matched this style perfectly. In 1993, Snoop Doggy Dogg released his first solo album, Doggy Style. It became a huge success. It was the first debut rap album to go straight to #1 on the Billboard charts. People waited in long lines to buy it. It sold over 800,000 copies in the first week. This was a record at the time. Doggy Style had many hit songs like Gin and Juice, What's My Name, and Murder Was the Case. These songs became anthems for the youth. They talked about street life, parties, friends, and real struggles. Snoop used his music to tell stories about his life and the world around him. During this time, Snoop became very famous. He was on TV, in movies, and in magazines. His image, with long braids, cool sunglasses, and laid-back attitude, became iconic. Everyone knew who Snoop Dogg was. Young people looked up to him, and other rappers respected his skills. But the death row era was also full of problems. The label had a lot of drama. There were fights, arrests, and problems with the law. In 1993, Snoop was charged with murder after an incident with a rival gang member. The trial lasted for years. In the end, Snoop was found not guilty, but the case brought a lot of stress and attention. Even with the legal issues, Snoop kept making music. He stayed focused and didn't let the pressure stop him. In 1994, he released a short movie and soundtrack called Murder Was the Case, which also became a hit. Death Row Records gave Snoop Dogg his start, but it was not always a peaceful place. The company was full of talent, but also full of conflict. Many artists left the label later, including Snoop. Still, the Death Row and Doggy Style era was one of the most important times in Snoop's life. It was when he became a star, changed hip-hop, and found his voice. His music from this time is still loved by fans all over the world. This chapter shows how Snoop Dogg became more than just a rapper. He became a legend in the music world. His time with Death Row and the success of Doggy Style made history. Chapter 4: Trials, Controversies and Media Spotlight. After Snoop Dogg became famous, his life changed in many ways. He had money, fame, and millions of fans. But with success also came many problems. The media started to follow him everywhere. People wanted to know everything about his life, not just his music, but also his personal choices, friendships, and mistakes. Snoop was now living in the media spotlight. One of the biggest problems in Snoop's early career was a murder case. In 1993, Snoop and his bodyguard were arrested after a man was shot near Snoop's apartment. The case made headlines all over the world. Snoop said he was not guilty, and he was later found not guilty in court. But the case lasted for years, and it brought a lot of stress and pain to his life. The media talked about the case all the time. News reporters showed his court visits on TV, and magazines wrote stories about it. Snoop became a symbol of the connection between rap music and violence. Some people said his music caused problems in society. Others believed he was just being honest about life in the streets. Snoop kept saying he was only telling real stories from his life and community. Even after he was free, people still judged him. Some radio stations stopped playing his songs. Some parents didn't want their children to listen to his music. But many young people still supported Snoop. They understood his message and liked his honesty. During this time, Snoop also faced other problems. He had fights with other rappers. In the 1990s, there was a big East Coast versus West Coast rap battle. Snoop was part of the West Coast team with Dr. Dre and Tupac. They had problems with East Coast rappers like the Notorious B.I.G. This battle made rap music more dangerous. There were many arguments, and sadly, both Tupac and Biggie died during this time. Snoop was also criticized for his lifestyle. He liked parties, smoking, and being open about it. This made some people angry, but others saw him as real and fearless. The media always followed what he did and said. Sometimes this helped his fame, but sometimes it hurt his image. Even with all the controversies, Snoop Dogg continued to grow. He didn't stop making music. He stayed strong and focused. He learned from his past and tried to become a better person. Over time, people began to see a different side of Snoop, a smarter, more mature man. This chapter shows that life in the spotlight is not easy. Fame brings attention, but also pressure. Snoop Dogg had to face trials, public judgment, and personal struggles. But he never gave up. He stayed true to himself and kept moving forward. His story teaches us that even when life is hard, you can rise above the challenges and still shine. Chapter 5: Reinventing with No Limit Records. After many years with Death Row Records, Snoop Dogg decided to make a big change. The problems at Death Row were growing. Many artists were leaving the label. There was too much drama, and Snoop wanted peace and a new start. In 1998, he left Death Row and joined a new music label called No Limit Records. No Limit Records was started by Master P, a rapper and businessman from the South. His label was very popular at that time. It was known for hard beats, smart business moves, and a strong team. Snoop believed that working with Master P would help him grow as an artist and person. When Snoop joined No Limit, he also changed his name. He dropped Doggy and became just Snoop Dogg. This small change showed that he was starting a new chapter in his life. He wanted to move forward and try something different. In 1998, Snoop Dogg released his first album with No Limit. It was called "The Game Is to Be Sold, Not to Be Told." The album had a new sound. It mixed West Coast rap with Southern-style beats. Some fans were surprised, but many still loved it. The album sold well and showed that Snoop could still make hits, even with a different label and sound. Snoop worked hard at No Limit. He released more albums like No Limit Top Dog in 1999 and The Last Meal in 2000. These albums had songs with both new artists and old friends like Dr. Dre and Nate Dogg. Snoop's music began to mix smooth West Coast vibes with new styles. He showed that he could change with time and still stay true to himself. At No Limit, Snoop also learned more about business. Master P taught him how to think like an entrepreneur, someone who creates and runs businesses. Snoop started thinking about more than just music. He wanted to build his own brand, have control over his work, and make smart decisions for his future. This time in Snoop's life was very important. It was not just about making new songs. It was about growing up, learning, and building something strong. Snoop proved that he was not just a rapper from the streets. He was a smart artist who could survive changes in the music world. The move to No Limit helped Snoop become more independent. He began to plan his future and think about what he wanted in life. He started looking at new ideas like acting, producing, and creating his own label. This chapter shows how Snoop Dogg reinvented himself. He took a big risk, left his old label, and tried something new. Many people were unsure if he would succeed, but he did. He showed that change can be good, and that it's never too late to start fresh and grow. Chapter 6. From Gangsta to Icon, Evolution of Sound. In the beginning of his music career, Snoop Dogg was known as a gangsta rapper. His songs talked about street life, gangs, police, and problems in his neighborhood. His early music had strong beats and deep lyrics. Fans loved his cool voice, slow flow, and honest words. But as time passed, Snoop Dogg began to change. He wanted to grow as an artist. He wanted to try new sounds and new ideas. After leaving Death Row Records and joining No Limit, Snoop started to change his music style. He still talked about real life, but now he also made songs that were fun, smooth, and easy to dance to. His sound became more relaxed and positive. He mixed rap with other styles like funk, R&B, and even reggae. Snoop also worked with many different artists. He made songs with singers, pop stars, DJs, and even rock bands. This helped him reach new fans all over the world. One of his most famous songs during this time was Beautiful, with Pharrell Williams. The song had a happy, feel-good sound, and the music video was filmed in Brazil. It showed a different side of Snoop, soft, stylish, and global. Snoop never stayed in one place musically. In 2004, he released a big hit called Drop It Like It's Hot, again with Pharrell. The song was simple but very catchy. It became a #1 hit and is still loved today. This showed that Snoop could stay at the top, even as music changed. Snoop also started to use auto-tune and electronic sounds in some songs. He worked with DJs and made party music that played in clubs and on the radio. He was not afraid to try new things. He wanted to show that rap could be fun, creative, and fresh. As his sound changed, so did his image. Snoop went from a gangsta rapper to a global icon. He became known not only for his music, but also for his unique style, humor, and personality. He started to appear in movies, TV shows, and commercials. People of all ages began to enjoy his work. Snoop Dogg's evolution of sound helped him stay famous for many years. While many rappers disappeared after a few albums, Snoop kept going. He stayed open to change and worked with new artists and producers. He always kept his voice and flow, but he added new flavors to stay fresh. This chapter shows how Snoop Dogg went from a street rapper to a world icon. His music changed, but his passion stayed the same. He proved that being creative and flexible is the key to success. He never forgot his roots, but he also looked forward. Snoop Dogg's sound grew with time, and so did his legacy. Chapter 7: The Snoop Lion Transformation. In 2012, Snoop Dogg surprised the world with a big change. He said he was no longer Snoop Dogg, he was now Snoop Lion. This was not just a name change. It was a new chapter in his life. Snoop had found a new path, a new sound, and a new way of thinking. He was ready to grow, not only as an artist, but also as a person. Snoop Dogg traveled to Jamaica, a country known for reggae music and the Rastafari religion. While he was there, he felt a deep connection to the people and their way of life. He learned about peace, love, and unity. These values touched his heart. He said he felt reborn. He no longer wanted to sing about violence and gangs. Instead, he wanted to spread a message of love and peace through music. After this trip, Snoop announced that he would make a reggae album. He said he was not just making a new type of music, he had changed on the inside. That's why he chose the name, Snoop Lion. The lion is an important symbol in Rastafari culture. It stands for strength, pride, and leadership. In 2013, Snoop Lion released his reggae album Reincarnated. It was very different from his past albums. Instead of rap beats, the songs had smooth reggae rhythms. The lyrics talked about peace, family, faith, and love. One of the most popular songs from the album was No Guns Allowed, a song asking young people to stop using violence. It showed a softer, wiser side of Snoop. Snoop Lion also made a documentary film called Reincarnated. It showed his trip to Jamaica and how the experience changed him. Fans got to see his journey, his emotions, and his reasons for the transformation. The film helped people understand that this was not just for fun, it was something real and personal. Not everyone liked the change. Some fans were confused. They missed the old Snoop Dogg. Some people even said it was just a business move. But Snoop explained that he was simply growing. He said, "I've always been true to myself. Now I'm being true to who I am today." Even though Snoop later returned to making rap music, the time as Snoop Lion was important. It showed that he was brave enough to try something new. He took a risk and followed his heart. He wanted to grow, learn, and be a better man. This chapter shows how artists can change and explore new sides of themselves. Snoop Lion was a symbol of peace, learning, and rebirth. For Snoop, it was more than music. It was a spiritual journey. And it helped him become not just a better artist, but a better person. Chapter 8: Business Ventures and Cultural Influence. Snoop Dogg is not only a rapper. He is also a smart businessman and a powerful cultural figure. Over the years, he has built many businesses and become a strong voice in pop culture. His work shows that success is not only about music, it's also about ideas, creativity, and smart choices. After becoming famous, Snoop started to think beyond music. He wanted to do more. He opened his own record label to help young artists. He also started a clothing line, sold his own brand of headphones, and later launched products in many areas, from food to technology. One of his popular business moves was creating his own cannabis brand, as he is known for his open use of marijuana. He turned his personal lifestyle into a legal business. Snoop also worked with many big companies. He appeared in TV ads for brands like Adidas, Pepsi, and Burger King. His funny and cool style made him perfect for commercials. People enjoyed seeing him on screen. He even became a brand ambassador for companies in different industries, such as tech, sports, and snacks. Snoop also got involved in digital media. He helped create a website about hip-hop news and culture. He even became a part of the video game world, lending his voice and image to games like Call of Duty and NBA 2K. In 2022, Snoop joined a company called FaZe Clan, which is popular in the gaming world. This showed that Snoop was always ahead of the trend. Besides business, Snoop had a big impact on culture. He changed how people saw rap music and rappers. At first, many people thought rap was too aggressive or dangerous. But Snoop showed that rappers can be funny, smart, and caring. He brought rap into homes all over the world. His unique slang, smooth voice, and laid-back style became part of pop culture. Snoop also worked with people from different backgrounds. He made music with pop singers, rock stars, and even country artists. He acted in movies, hosted TV shows, and became a regular guest on talk shows. His cooking show with Martha Stewart, a famous chef and TV star, surprised everyone, but it became a hit. People loved their funny friendship and teamwork. Through his actions, Snoop inspired millions of people. He showed that you can be yourself and still grow. You can come from a tough background and still find success. You can make mistakes and still move forward. This chapter shows how Snoop Dogg used his fame to build a strong brand and influence the world. He didn't stop with music. He used his name, voice, and style to create new paths in business and culture. Today, Snoop is not just a rapper. He is a leader, an innovator, and a true icon across many industries. Chapter 9. Friendships, Feuds, and Collaborations. Snoop Dogg's music career has always been full of exciting relationships. He has made many friends, had some feuds, and worked with artists from all over the world. These friendships and collaborations helped shape his sound, grow his career, and build strong connections in the music world. From the beginning, Snoop worked closely with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre gave Snoop his first big chance by putting him on the album The Chronic. They had great chemistry. Dre's beats and Snoop's voice were a perfect match. Their teamwork continued for many years, and together they made some of the most famous songs in rap history. Another strong friendship was with Nate Dogg and Warren G. The three of them were childhood friends from Long Beach. They formed a group called 213, named after their city's area code. Nate Dogg was known for his smooth singing voice, and Warren G was a talented producer and rapper. Together, they made songs that mixed rap and singing, creating a cool and relaxing style of music. Snoop also had a close friendship with Tupac Shakur. They were both part of Death Row Records in the 1990s. They supported each other during hard times and even performed together. Sadly, Tupac was killed in 1996. This event hurt Snoop deeply. It also made him think more about peace and staying away from violence. Over the years, Snoop has worked with artists from many music styles. He made songs with Pharrell Williams, like Beautiful and Drop It Like It's Hot. These songs showed a fun and lighter side of Snoop. He also worked with Katy Perry on the hit song California Girls, which became a global pop success. This helped him reach a whole new audience. Snoop has also had feuds, like many rappers. In the 1990s, he was part of the East Coast versus West Coast rivalry. As a West Coast rapper, Snoop had problems with some East Coast artists. But over time, he moved past the hate. He even became friends with Diddy and other East Coast rappers, showing that peace is better than war. Snoop also had a short feud with Eminem, but they later made peace. In fact, they performed together at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show, proving that friendship can return even after disagreements. Snoop is known for being easy to work with. He is open to new sounds and loves trying new things. He has made songs with reggae stars, country singers, and even K-pop groups. His open mind and friendly nature have helped him stay popular with artists from all over the world. This chapter shows that Snoop Dogg's journey is not just about his music. It is also about the people he met, worked with, and learned from. His friendships, feuds, and collaborations helped him grow and become one of the most respected artists in the world. Chapter 10, Legacy of the Dogfather. Snoop Dogg is more than just a rapper. He is a legend. His voice, his style, and his personality have made him a global icon. From the streets of Long Beach to stages around the world, Snoop has built a powerful legacy. People call him the Dogfather because he is like a father figure in hip-hop, wise, cool, and respected by all. Snoop's music has lasted for over 30 years. That is not easy in the music business. Many artists become famous for a short time, but Snoop has stayed popular for decades. He has made classic songs that people still love, like Gin and Juice, Drop It Like It's Hot, and Young, Wild and Free. His sound is smooth and unique. When you hear Snoop's voice, you know it right away. But Snoop's legacy is not just about music. It's also about how he made people feel. He brought fun, honesty, and real-life stories to hip-hop. He showed the world that rappers could be serious and funny, strong and kind. He was not afraid to be himself, and that gave others the courage to do the same. Snoop also helped other artists. He gave chances to young rappers, singers, and producers. He started his own music label to support new talent. He worked with artists from many countries and styles. From rap to reggae, from pop to country, Snoop showed that music has no limits. He opened doors for others and helped hip-hop grow around the world. Outside of music, Snoop has done amazing things too. He acted in movies, hosted TV shows, and even cooked with Martha Stewart. Their cooking show became very popular, and people loved watching their funny friendship. Snoop also gave back to the community. He started a youth football league to help kids stay out of trouble and learn teamwork. He visited schools, gave speeches, and supported charities. Snoop's name is known all over the world. He has fans in every country. He became a symbol of peace, change, and creativity. Even after all his success, Snoop stays humble. He still talks about his past, his mistakes, and his growth. He reminds people that no one is perfect, but everyone can improve. One of the most special things about Snoop's legacy is his ability to connect with all kinds of people. Young or old, rich or poor, from any country, everyone can enjoy his music and feel his message. He is a true cultural icon, someone who brings people together through music, laughter, and truth. This chapter shows the lasting power of Snoop Dogg's journey. His legacy is not just in albums or awards. It is in the hearts of millions of fans. The Dogfather has left a mark on music, culture, and the world, and his story will inspire people for generations to come. Vocabularies. 1. Legacy, what a person leaves behind after they are gone, their achievements and impact on others. 2. Collaboration, working together with another person or group to create something. 3. Feud, a long fight or argument between people or groups. 4. Transformation, a big change in someone's life, behavior, or appearance. 5. Controversy, a situation that causes a lot of people to argue or disagree. 6. Icon, a person who is very famous and respected, often a symbol of something. 7. Inspire, to make someone feel they want to do something or believe in themselves. 8. Entrepreneur, a person who starts and runs their own business. 9. Struggle, a difficult time or effort to deal with a hard situation. 10. Journey, the path or experience of moving from one place or stage to another in life. Quiz questions. 1. What city did Snoop Dogg grow up in? 2. Who gave Snoop Dogg his first big break in the music industry? 3. What was the name of Snoop Dogg's first solo album? 4. What serious legal issue did Snoop face in the early 1990s? 5. Which music label did Snoop Dogg join after leaving Death Row Records? 6. What song with Pharrell Williams became one of Snoop's biggest hits in the 2000s? 7. What name did Snoop Dogg adopt during his reggae transformation? 8. What type of business did Snoop create that was related to cannabis? 9. What was the name of the group Snoop formed with Nate Dogg and Warren G? 10. What is Snoop Dogg often called to show his important place in music history? Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed learning with us. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us grow and bring you more inspiring stories and easy English learning content. Do you have a topic you'd like us to cover in our next video? Maybe a famous person, an invention, or a country? Let us know in the comments or messages. We'd love to hear your ideas. You can find answers in the description. Thanks again, and keep learning with us. See you in the next video.